Hello everyone. Welcome to the session. Today is going to be the very first demo session for data engineering with Azure Cloud Platform. Are you guys able to hear me? Can you guys confirm once? Am I audible?
Yeah, audible. Yeah, hi.
Okay, great. Thanks for confirming. So I hope you guys are able to see my screen as well and hear me clearly. So I'm the instructor for data engineering with Azure Cloud Platform, guys. So in this first demo session, we are going to talk about the agenda for today's session is that we are going to talk about what is data engineering and what is the role of a data engineer. Then we are going to see the Azure overview, right? So we are going to understand introduction to the Azure Cloud Platform. What is this Azure Cloud Platform and what are the services it is offering and what are the benefits of using the Azure Cloud Platform over the other cloud platforms we will see. Oh, you guys are able to, you're not able to see my screen. Sorry for that. Are you guys able to see my screen? Can you guys confirm once?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, right. So this is a very first demo, guys, for data engineering with Google Cloud Platform. I see some of the people are asking the questions. Don't worry about that. I'm going to answer each and every question today. Okay. So in this today's demo session, I'm going to tell you about what is data engineering first and the role of a data engineer and what is Azure Cloud Platform and what is the difference between the other cloud platforms and what is the benefits of using the Azure Cloud Platform over the other cloud platforms. We will understand that. And after that, as a third module, we are going to see the detailed course curriculum. Whatever the topics that we are going to cover as a part of this session, we will talk about that. Right? So then we will see the course details, timings, notes, recordings, how we are going to provide you the all of those details I'm going to tell you guys. So as a part of this demo session, these are the four modules that we are going to talk about it. First, what is data engineering? Then Azure overview, the detailed course curriculum, and the course details. So these are all the topics that we are going to cover as a part of the demo session, guys. Okay, so some of the people may be having a lot of questions. Don't worry. So before that, let me gonna share you guys myself. My name is Sheikh Saidul. I'm currently working as a solution architect at Quantech. I'm also a consultant at Databricks. Okay. Coming to my education, I have completed my master's degree from NIT Trichy, National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. And I do have more than 8 years of experience into this data and AI field. And I have done many certifications for GCP, Azure, AWS, Databricks, Python, Terraform. Many certifications I have done. Okay, coming to my training experience from last 3.5 years onwards, I've been providing you the training for data engineering on GCP and Azure. Okay, I'm the instructor. I'm a premium instructor for Google Cloud Data Engineering as well as Azure Data Engineering. Okay, so this is all about me, guys. You can see my name is Sheikh Saidul. I'm currently working as a full-time at solution architect at Contech. I'm also a consultant at Databricks. So this is my education and experience. It is around 9 years now. Okay, yes. And let me gonna tell you what is data engineering. Tell me, guys, what is data engineering in your words? If anyone wants to talk about, please unmute yourself. You can talk about, right? So what is data engineering? Can anyone tell me what is data engineering?
To build, maintain, and deploy the data pipelines.
Anyone?
Collect the data from the different platforms, clean it, make it in the
Mm-hmm.
form and ready to use for
Okay.
the stream.
Okay. Okay. Let me gonna tell you guys, right? So data engineering is very simple. So you will be having a data that is coming from multiple data sources, right? Every day there is a huge amount of a data that is getting generated. Sir, where is the data getting generated? So you may be interacting with some application, or you may be going to some website and purchasing some of the products, or some people actually store the data in the form of a CSV file or a JSON file, right? So You have a huge amount of a data that is coming from application or a file format or a databases or a IoT devices. So there's a huge amount of a data that is coming from applications or a files in the sense of CSV file or a JSON file or a Parquet file. Some companies actually store their data in the form of a databases, right? So you might have seen MySQL database or a SQL Server database or a PostgreSQL database or a Oracle database, right? So some companies store the data in the form of a databases, and some of the data is coming from IoT devices, which is very famous nowadays, nothing but sensor devices. You have a huge amount of a data that is coming from IoT devices, right? So there's a huge amount of a data every day getting generated from these many data sources, right, sir? I have a huge amount of a data that is coming. Sir, what do we do with this data? Tell me, guys. Sir, what do we do with this data?
Analyze and predict.
We will
Right?
collect the data and we will
Okay.
clean. We will do the transformations,
Okay.
and we will store somewhere in the cloud. And other department, they will create the useful dashboards to uh,
Okay.
I mean, for the future predictions.
Okay. Very good answer. Okay. Any other answers?
That's good method.
It
Data
will
is
be
nothing but
helpful for
raw data.
taking a
But
business
after this,
decisions.
we will process and
Exactly.
make a decision about this. So
Exactly.
that
Very good answer.
according to the data, we cannot make any dashboard because it is a raw data. According to that, we cannot make any
E-
prediction or make a dashboard of this. After
Exactly.
processing and data pre-processing,
All right.
when it becomes in the information, then we can make any data dashboard
Correct.
or any take decision to train the models or anything.
Perfect. That's a very good
I
answer.
mentioned that transformations, after transformations
Don't
only
worry.
the,
Don't worry. Don't worry
yeah, yeah.
about that. I'm going to talk about that. No worries. Right. So the main purpose, I'm not talking about whether you are do the transformation or whether you create a dashboard or whether you do this thing or cleaning, or I'm not talking about that. What do we do with this data? Do we store this data or do we delete the data? Sir, if I delete the data, there's no use. Or if I store the data, what I can do with this data? If you ask me, what a business manager they say is that, what a business manager says that if you try to understand the data, right? If you store this and try to understand this data, right? So we have a huge amount of a data that is coming from multiple data sources, and you extract the data and try to store it. And if you try to understand this data and this give you some kind of a insights, this give you some kind of a insights, and these insights are very useful to improve the business. These insights are very useful to improve the business. Tell me, guys, what is the end goal of every company? What is the end goal of every company? You take any company, they wanted to grow, right? If I take a company like a Flipkart, they wanted to increase their sales. Someone wanted to increase their customer count. Someone wanted to increase their customer behavior, improve the customer behavior, right? So you wanted to end of the day, improve your business. You wanted to grow your company. If you wanted to do such a kind of a things, you need to have some kind of a details where you can able to improve, right? If you guys wanted to get some kind of insights, you try to understand the data first. If I just delete this data, sir, this is a old data, if I try to just delete it, it doesn't useful at all. But if you try to understand the data, that gives you some kind of insight, and those insights are very useful for the business improvement. So that is what is the data engineering in simple words. In a simple words, you have a data that is coming from multiple data sources. We are going to understand the data or analyze the data. The moment you analyze the data, you are going to get some kind of an insight. These insights are very useful for decision making purpose to improve the business. Some of the people who are already giving the answers, those are very good answers. Okay, so the same thing I just put it in a different sentence, that's it. Right, sir. Is it this much simple? Sir, can I directly go and analyze the data? Is it possible, sir? Tell me.
No.
No.
I, I cannot directly analyze the data, isn't it? I cannot directly analyze the data because first we need to store the data because this is a data source. And these data sources are this data sources are maybe this application may be running in different server. These files are coming from different location. These databases are running in different regions, right? These IoT devices are there in different locations, right? So these are multiple data sources in different servers, locations, or regions. You just have to extract this data from these multiple data sources and locations. You have to first store it. You have to first store it. So the very first activity as a data engineer is that, so you need to build a scalable solution to store the data first. Once you have the data, so now I have the entire data with me in the one of the location called data lake. A lake is nothing but a storage location where you can store the data. A data lake is a centralized location where we can store the data. That's it. Right, sir. Now, sir, I have a lot of data that is coming from the raw data sources. Sir, this is, I call it as a raw data. Now tell me guys, can we now go for analysis at least?
No.
No, sir.
No.
No.
We have
Again,
to
the
ingest.
answer is no. Sir, why, sir? Why cannot directly go for the analysis? Sir, this data may contain a lot of problems, sir. It is a raw data. This raw data may have a plenty of the duplicates. This may have a plenty of the null values. It may have a bad records. It may have a unnecessary information. So this raw data may contain a plenty of the duplicates or null values or bad records or unnecessary information. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, right. So I hope you guys agree. So that is the reason I cannot directly go for the analysis. Instead, what I have to do, sir? Now tell me what we have to do.
We
Making
should
it to the
perform some
structured data.
transformations,
We have
data
to clean the
Exactly.
process.
data.
We have to clean the data. Very good answer. We have to clean the data. Data processing, meaning that we are going to process the data here. In the data processing, we are going to clean the data. We are going to clean the data where we remove the duplicates, we handle the null values, we remove the bad records, we remove the unnecessary, eliminate the unnecessary information. Here, data processing is nothing but data value addition process where you are going to add some value to your data. Why, sir? Why do we have to remove? I can just directly proceed for the data analysis. Why do I have to remove the duplicates and null values? If you proceed with these issues, the insights, the whatever the insights that you are getting, those may not be useful for you to improve the business. Okay, so that is the reason whenever you guys wanted to analyze the data has to be cleaned properly. The data has to be in a proper format to analyze the data. So that is where in a data processing we are going to use different frameworks. We are going to different libraries. We are going to use different methods, techniques, strategies to clean the data, right? So we clean the data, we get the data into a format where we can directly go for the analysis. So once the processing is done, so this is where we can do the analysis. Most of the times the data analysis is usually done in data warehousing solutions. Okay, so most of the time the data analysis is done in the data warehousing solutions, everyone. Okay, so in the data warehouse, we are going to use a simple language called SQL to process the data, or sorry, analyze the data. We use a simple language called SQL to analyze the data. And once the analysis is done, we gonna store the data in the form of a what format, guys? How the data is stored in the form of a data warehouses?
In tabular format.
Structured.
Tabular, structured tabular format.
Format.
Exactly. Right, sir. Once you've done the analysis on top of this cleaned data, you are going to create some kind of a tables, and these tables are very useful to create some kind of a BI reports or dashboards. Or these tables are very useful for creating some kind of a ML models, and these reports are very useful for creating the are finding the future trends with help of the data science, and these tables are very useful to take the decisions directly. Okay, so data engineering is very simple, sir. If you learn it proper way, if you learn it in a step by step, in a proper mentor, if you tell it, you can understand the data engineering, you can master the data engineering within 2 or 3 months itself. The only thing is that you should know where to focus on and how to learn it properly. Okay, so this is where we are going to send the data to the downstream. I call it as a downstream. Okay, the data users, right? So this is how, see, I have a data that is coming from data, multiple data sources. I store it, process it, analyze it, and send it to the different destinations such as BI for creating dashboards and reports, for creating ML models, or finding the future trends with the data science, or sending it to the business groups, right? Business owners or groups to directly take the decision. And one more important aspect is that we also take care of the data governance and monitoring. We also take care of the data governance and monitoring, making sure that the data is accurate and complete throughout the system. The data is accurate and complete throughout the system, and all the pipelines are monitored properly. So data governance and monitoring is also one of the important aspect to make sure that your data is accurate, because your data is moving from one platform to another platform. We need to make sure that the data accuracy and data completeness also. So this entire charts will give you a simple idea of what is data engineering. I hope you guys are getting the point as well. Okay, sir, the data engineering in a simple words, if you guys wanted to see in a descriptive way, here it is. So data engineering is a process of collecting the data, organizing the data, preparing the large amounts of the data so that it can be easily used and analyzed. So that it can be easily used and analyzed. So this is what is data engineering, everyone. It is a process of collecting, organizing, and preparing large amounts of the data so that it can be easily used and analyzed. During this process, we may have to build a lot of systems and pipelines to capture the data, store the data, and process the data automatically and efficiently. Because we don't want it to do the things manually. We don't want it to do the things manually. We are going to automate the things with the help of the different pipelines and infrastructure. Okay, so this entire thing is called as data engineering, everyone. This is just a simple definition to make you understand. For those people who are entering into this field also, they can understand my lectures, guys. I'm telling you, I'm gonna talk it from basic to advanced. I'll talk from basic to advanced so that each and every concept will be very simple. The only thing is that you should practice on a daily basis. Okay, I hope you guys got what is data engineering, right? So what a data engineer does are on a daily basis, then the role of a data
Yes, sir.
engineer. Guys, I'll
Sorry
give you
to
the time,
interrupt.
don't worry. I'm going to give you the
Okay.
time for you to ask the questions. Once one topic is completed, I'll give you the time for sure. Okay, so let us follow a simple method that whenever I'm talking one topic, once the topic is completed, for sure I'm going to give you the time for you to ask the questions. Okay, sorry for that. Yes, a role of a data engineer. Sir, a data engineer may work on the data ingestion. A data engineer may work on the data storage and management, a data processing, data quality and governance, data pipeline creation, performance optimization, and monitoring and maintenance. So these are the multiple activities that the data engineer work on a daily basis. So one data engineer may work on the data ingestion. Ingestion means extracting the data from different sources. Okay, you have to extract in this process. If you see, you have to extract it and store it into the data lake site. This is called as a ingestion, right? So you extract the data from the different data sources, and you properly store the data and manage the data. And data processing, cleaning the data, processing the data quality and governance, data pipeline creation, performance optimization, and monitoring and maintenance. So as a data engineer, you should be having a good knowledge on all of these things, because when you're working in the company, you may get a chance to work on any of these areas. Okay, as a data engineer, you may get a chance to work on any of these areas, so that in our upcoming sessions we are going to focus on each and every concept in detail, so that we will be thorough, so that we can able to easily work in the company. It is going to be the job oriented course, guys. Everything whatever I'm talking theoretically, I'm going to prove it practically for sure. All right, now, anyone have any question on data engineering on a high level? Stick to the what is data engine. Don't worry about the course curriculum, I'll talk about it. Don't worry about any other details of the course, I'll talk about it. Right, so if you have any questions on data engineering, please raise your hand and ask me. Anyone have any question? Please ask me, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
Robin,
I
you have
have
a question?
doubt regarding the data. After the data warehouse, we are also creating the data mart.
No, that all comes under data warehousing
So
only.
that I want to.
That all comes under data warehousing only. Yes. Okay, data mart, data analysis, fact tables, dimension, snowflake, star schema, everything is this comes in the data warehousing only. Okay. Yes. Any other questions, guys? Anyone? Are we good to go to the next topic? Can you guys confirm yes or no?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Perfect. So now, what is Azure Cloud Platform? Sir, just wanted to tell you what is Azure actually. So tell me, what are the other cloud platforms that you guys know about? What are the other cloud platforms?
Azure,
AWS,
GCP,
Google,
AWS.
AWS, yes, Azure,
GCP,
GCP,
IBM,
IBM Cloud, very good.
Oracle,
Informatica.
Informatica, yes. Oracle, Alibaba,
Salesforce.
Salesforce. So these are the different cloud platforms available in the market. So these are the different cloud providers available in the market. Yes or no? Do you guys agree? Sir, these are the different cloud providers available in the market. You can see, sir, AWS, Azure, GCP, IBM, sorry, IBM, and and Oracle and Alibaba. So these are the different cloud providers available in the market. Tell me, guys, what the cloud providers provides us?
We can store the data. There is a
Infrastructure.
security, and we
Okay,
can't lose the data.
okay.
It
What
provides the info.
infrastructure? Okay,
It provide pass,
uh,
pass, and pass.
okay. So yes,
Actually,
infrastructure.
actually, they provide some services.
Uh,
Services means like they
mhm.
are providing some services that we can use and we can pay like that.
Exactly. That's a very good answer. In a simple words, yes, that's a very good answer. Sir, cloud providers provide you the cloud computing services. Simple words. Sir, cloud providers, what they provide us, sir, if you ask me, sir, they provide you the cloud computing services.
We have a lot of clouds. Why we are using only Azure?
See, don't worry about that. I'm gonna give you the time. Do not ask me the questions in between. I'll talk about that. Okay, I'll give you the time. Okay. So
Yeah, yeah.
no worries. Yeah. Sir, there are multiple cloud providers available in the market, such as AWS, Azure, GCP, IBM, and Informatica, Oracle, Alibaba. So these are the multiple cloud providers available in the market. So they provide you the cloud computing services, right? So they provide the cloud computing services for the organizations, right? So that when you're working in the project, right? In the organization, there are multiple projects will be there. In a project, someone wanted to store the data, process the data, analyze the data, or visualize the data, or governance, and our different aspects, right? Similarly, someone wanted to build a ML model build, model building, deploying, registering, scaling, and some application, right? App application development, build, deploy, scale. So these are the applications. So there are multiple projects in the companies, right? So a companies are provided with a cloud computing services. So there are multiple cloud providers in the market. They provide you the cloud computing services for the organizations, and these organizations are going to be using these services to store the data, or process the data, or analyze the data, or visualize the data. Similarly, for ML projects, they may build the ML model, deploy the model, register the model, scale the model. In application development projects, they may use these services for building it, deploying it, and scaling it. So these are the services which are very useful for the organizations. Sir, why do we have to use only the cloud computing services? Tell me, guys, why do we have to use only the cloud computing services? Why cannot we use a traditional services, traditional method? Anyone?
Because it's
There
costly
will
to
be
maintain.
problem of making the infrastructures, and according to our requirements, the current या traditional system will not achieve according to. जैसे हम बोल सकते हैं कि सर कि अगर करंट टाइम में हमको 100 GB जरूरत है तो हम उतना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बैठा सकते हैं, बट
Exactly.
अगर कल जाके हमको 200 GB का अगर कोई अगर स्टोरेज की रिक्वायरमेंट पड़ी तो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बैठाने में बहुत टाइम एंड मनी दोनों जाता है, लेकिन
Very good.
क्लाउड यूज करेंगे तो हम लोग तुरंत हमको एज एज पे एज सर्विस जितना हम पे करेंगे उसके अकॉर्डिंग हमको सर्विस मिल सकती है.
Exactly. Very good answer. Let me gonna give you with an example. Sir, assume that I have a 100 terabytes of the data with me. Sir, I wanted to store the data. Right, sir. I wanted to store 100 terabytes of the data. Tell me, guys, if I do not have a cloud platform, where do we have to store it? If I do not have a cloud platform, where I can store this data, sir?
On premises.
On premises, right? So in the on premises methodology, nothing but a traditional method. In a traditional method, if I wanted to store this data, where we have to store it?
Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Okay, if I wanted to store this data, guys, who is that? Do not talk in between. Okay.
Discard drive.
Okay. So if you guys
In
wanted
Azure,
to
we are
store,
storing discard drive.
okay, we can store it
Yeah.
in a hard drive. Is it possible to store 100 terabytes of the data in a hard drive or a disk?
No, no.
No. Tell me, guys, how do we store it then? Sir, I have 100 terabytes of the data. It is not 1 GB, it is not 1 TB, it is 100 terabytes of the data we're talking about. How do we store this 100 terabytes of the data? Please tell me.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. I have a suggestion if I could.
Mhm.
So while you said we have to store 100 terabytes of data, we have multiple options like creating a basic server, a local server, a mini computer, or use cloud-based
Uh-huh.
services.
Okay, very
For
good answer. That's what I'm asking. So,
I
for
have
example, I'm gonna tell you guys, don't worry. Look
one
at
thing
here.
to say. In 2025, most of the times we don't deal with the space complexity, right? So why are we even pushing our limits? Why this space? Why not to focus on the time more?
Okay. So I did not get you, but look at this thing. I'm gonna tell you. You will make sense. It will make sense to you. Now look at here, guys. If I wanted to, store 100 terabytes of the data in a traditional method, the very first thing is that I cannot store it in one machine. One machine cannot be capable of storing 100 terabytes of the data. So we have to purchase multiple machines. Yes or no? We have to purchase multiple machines. We have to create a server out of it, because we have to connect them together as a single entity. So we create a server out of it. We take care of the networking for that. We have to assign the storage. We have to assign the backup. We have to take care of the monitoring and maintenance, upgrades, patches, all of these things that we have to take care of it. So when you're working in a traditional method, if you guys wanted to store 100 terabytes of the data, we have to purchase a lot of machines. We create a server, networking, storage, backup, maintenance, and monitoring. Tell me guys, how much time this could take? How much time this could take, guys? Tell me.
So RAM
So
is
lengthy
constant.
process.
This
Hello.
could take some of the days to months, right? So this could take some days to some months, few months, right? So we spend a lot of time. So once everything is ready as per the standard, right? Once everything is ready as per the standard, then only I can go ahead and store this 100 terabytes of the data. Once everything is ready as per the standard, like whatever the system you wanted to have it, then you can able to go ahead and store this data. So that is the reason. So for purchasing the machines, creating the server, networking, storage, backup, so these are gonna take a lot of time. Yes or no? These are gonna take a lot of money also, and you have to put a lot of effort as well, right? So when you are working in a traditional methodology, these are the problems or challenges that you are going to see, guys. When you are working in a traditional method, so these are the challenges and problems that you are going to see. So that is the reason the companies, they don't want it to use this traditional method because of these things, because you have to build everything from
Hello.
the scratch,
Hello.
right, sir? Who
Hello.
is that? Who is that?
I don't have a technical knowledge. Can I pursue this course or not, according to you, sir?
Whatever I'm talking is a very, very basic and simple things. Okay, whatever I'm talking is a very, very basic things. I'm going to talk from a very basic, so everyone can able to understand this course. I'm telling you, whether you are coming from any background, you should be able to understand my terminology.
Is mathematics is necessary?
Not required. I'll talk about that, guys. Don't just disturb the class. Okay, do not just disturb the class, please. Yep. So when you are working in a traditional method, you may have to take care of all of these things, which gonna take a lot of time, lot of money, and lot of effort. So that is the reason, sir. Is there any other alternate way of doing the same thing? That is where we have a cloud platforms comes into the picture. So if you guys wanted to do the same thing, sir, I wanted to store this 100 terabytes of the data, you can go to the cloud platform. So if you go to the cloud platform, one of the cloud platform is a Azure. So if you go to the Azure cloud platform, you have to buy the subscription first. Then you have to find a suitable service. You have to find a suitable service where you have to find a suitable cloud computing service. We have to find a suitable cloud computing service.
Find a
Allow participants to unmute. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Cloud computing service. You have to find a suitable cloud computing service. Then I can directly store this data, isn't it, guys? So if you are working in a cloud platform, or if you are working with a cloud providers, you don't have to do a lot of things, because cloud will provide you the cloud computing services, and these services are fully managed. They are managed by the cloud platform itself. You don't have to store it, you don't have to process it, you don't have to worry about infrastructure building, you don't have to worry about taking care of the networking, backup, storage, maintenance. You don't have to do any of these activities, because cloud providing you the cloud computing services, and these services are very useful for them companies to store the data, process the data, analyze the data, and visualize the data. In this scenario, if you guys wanted to store 100 terabytes of the data, you are spending a lot of time on traditional method, a lot of money, and a lot of effort. Instead, if you go to the cloud platform, you just have to buy a subscription and find a suitable service, then start storing it. Tell me how much time this gonna take? So this gonna take hardly 1 day. Hardly 1 day. Okay, so that's the advantage of the cloud platform. So that is the reason most of the companies are started utilizing the started moving from traditional to the cloud because of this reason. So that's where you have a multiple cloud providers available in the market, such as AWS, Azure, GCP, and they are providing you the cloud computing services for the organizations, so that the organizations can use these services to store it, process it, analyze it, or building the models, or developing all of these activities. Sir, one of such a cloud platform is a Azure cloud platform, sir. One of such a cloud platform is a Azure cloud platform. What is Azure cloud platform, sir? If you ask me, Azure cloud platform is one of the leading cloud provider which providing you the cloud computing services for the organizations to build the application or deploy the application and scale the applications and services in the cloud, or store the data, process the data, analyze the data, and visualize the data with help of the cloud computing services. So this is what is a Azure cloud platform, sir. So this is what is Azure cloud platform. So one of the leading cloud providers. So in the market, if you check it for data engineering projects, Azure and GCP is very famous. Azure and GCP is very famous because there are plenty of the data engineering projects are on top of the Azure and GCP only. So that's the reason out of all the cloud platforms, when you wanted to become a data engineer, I highly suggest you to go for the Azure, because there are plenty of opportunities are there for Azure, because most of the companies started using the Azure only for data engineering, Azure and GCP only for major data engineering projects, because it is providing you a plenty of the services first thing, a good support from the cloud second thing, and cost effective services third thing. Okay, it providing you the good support of services first thing, plenty of the data engineering services second thing, and the interface and reliability third thing, and cost effective nature fourth thing. Because of these regions, most of the companies are started using the Azure cloud platform, and we are going to focus on the Azure cloud platform in our upcoming sessions. Okay, one of the leading cloud provider which provides you the cloud computing services for the organizations to store the data, process the data, analyze the data, and visualize the data within the cloud services itself. So this is what is Azure cloud platform, guys. So it is providing you a plenty of the services like virtual machine services. Maybe I show you some of the things here. Sir, Azure cloud platform is a Microsoft cloud computing service offered by the Microsoft. It offers you the infrastructure as a service, software as a service, platform as a services to build the businesses to deploy and manage the applications and services in the cloud. And it is also offering you various services like virtual machine services, database services, AI services, machine learning services, and analytics services, many services. Maybe I can show you how the interface for the Azure looks like. If you go to the Azure, okay, so Azure is offering you plenty of the services. You can see, guys, here. Maybe there is one of the option where I can see all the services. Yeah, click on this thing. So this is how the interface for the Azure looks like, guys. So it providing you the plenty of the services. You can see a category of the services: AI, machine learning, analytics services, compute services, container services, database services, DevOps services, and general, hybrid, and identity. So plenty of the services it is offering for the companies, so that the companies can utilize these services and get benefit from them. So that is the reason most of the companies have started using the Azure cloud, because of these many services and good support from the Azure, and cost effective nature and reliability and a simple interface to work with it. So this is what is Azure cloud platform, and this is how the interface for the Azure looks like. Okay, sir, anyone have any question here, please, on the Azure cloud platform? Now I'm gonna allow you to ask me the questions. Please raise your hand, guys, if you guys wanted to ask any questions. Please raise your hand. I can unmute you. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand. I'm gonna unmute you. I see that people are unnecessary making noise, so that's the reason I have muted you. If anyone have any questions, you can please raise your hand. I'm gonna give you the access. Yes, yes, Rajaram, you have any question?
Yes. So it has plenty of services. So what are the
Yes.
services we are going to cover in this
Yes.
Azure Data
As a
Engineering?
part of the Azure Data Engineering, the next topic is Azure curriculum. I'm going to talk about a detailed course curriculum where I'm going to talk about each and every service which we are going to cover as a part of this course. And the entire curriculum, I'll talk about it. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Any other question, guys, on the Azure? Anyone, please raise your hand. You cannot directly unmute yourself. You have to raise your hand. I will unmute you, please. Anyone have any questions? Yes, Realme. Yes, please.
In in real time, which type, how many types of other services we are using?
It depends on the requirement. Okay, so you may be having a different requirements in the project. So based on the requirement, you will be using different services. Okay,
Okay,
and we will see.
most of the time, which type of services we are using?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you when I
Yeah.
talk about a curriculum. Yes,
Okay.
sure.
Have you covered only data engineering part or like infra also?
No, this is a data engineering. So with this course, you can become a Azure Data Engineer. Okay, this is mainly for data engineering, but some of the concepts here and there, infra and admin topics also come, but that not major, high level only. Yes, Ashok, you have any question?
Hi, sir.
Yes, please.
So, do we are covering fabric also? Yeah.
No. So maybe guys, I'll do one thing. Okay, let me gonna talk about the detailed course curriculum. Then,
Yeah.
because most of the people are asking about this thing, right? So that's the reason. Let me focus on course curriculum. Then we will come back here. If you have any questions, so let me gonna do one thing. I'm gonna just write each and every point that we are going to cover as a part of this course. So this is about Azure Cloud Platform, Azure Data Engineering. Okay, right. Sorry, Azure Data Engineering. Okay, this is Azure Data Engineering, guys. So as a part of this course, so we are going to cover a lot of things. I'm going to start from the very basic thing, the base first module in the module 1, right, sir? In the module 1, we are going to see the SQL. We first learn about the SQL, guys. In the SQL, we will see a lot of topics. Okay, so the very first topic that we are going to see SQL, guys. Maybe I'll just say hyphen in the SQL, and we are going to see all the introduction to the SQL commands, SQL classes like operators, joins, stored procedures, functions, right? So many things we are going to see as a part of the SQL. So we are going to learn the SQL here. The first module is SQL, guys. The second module we are going to see is a Python. Sorry, Linux basics, basic Linux basics, guys. We will learn about Linux basics. That's the second module. First topic, we are going to learn about SQL, then Linux basics that we are going to talk about it next. And then Python for data engineers. So here we are going to learn about Python for data engineers. Yes. Or Python for data engineers. So this is a, so these are comes under database and programming concepts. So these are three things very much important for every data engineer, whether you are a GCP or Azure or AWS data engineer. These topics are common everywhere. Okay, so first we will learn SQL, Linux, and then Python. Linux or Linux, both are same. We will learn about these things. Once
Sir, we
these,
are. Sorry for interrupt you. So, is there any scope to learn for the PL SQL?
no, we are not focusing on that. That's not very much important nowadays.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Okay.
So, sir, sorry to interrupt. So, are you going to cover OOPS concept of Python also in this?
No, that's not important again here also,
Okay.
right? We don't work on that. Yes. So
Mm.
whatever the concepts that we are going to see, I can show you. Okay, in detail, I'll show you. But on a high level, we are going to learn about SQL, Linux, and Python. Once these three modules are completed, okay, then we will be entering into the big data basics. We will talk about it. right? Big data
Some
basics.
companies are asking PySpark also.
I'll talk about that, please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about. That's the reason I'll try to unmute you guys. Okay, that is the reason that I try to, because you don't look at the entire course. You start asking the questions. It will be a lot of confusion for other people. Okay. Yes. Now look at here. We will talk about a big data concepts. Right. So SQL, Linux, Python, and big data concepts. Once the big data concepts are completed, so these are the three things. So after that, we are going to enter into the Azure cloud. We will enter into the Azure Data Engineering, Azure Cloud Services. We will talk about Azure Cloud. In this one, first we are going to look at Azure fundamentals. Okay, first we will learn about Azure fundamentals here. Azure fundamentals. Or I will say Azure Cloud fundamentals. Yeah, fundamentals. Once Azure fundamentals are completed, that is nothing but what is cloud, what is this, cloud deployment models or cloud services, and how the cloud interface looks like, what are the different services it is offering, what are the regions, what are the zones, and what are the different basic things that we are going to learn about the Azure cloud. Once the Azure basics are completed, then we will be entering into the ADLS, nothing but Azure Data Lake or Azure Storage. Azure Storage. The next concept that we are going to see is Azure Storage. Why? Azure Storage. We will talk about ADLS. What is this Azure Storage fundamentals, and what are the what is ADLS Gen 2, and what is this blob storages? How to store the data with Azure storage system? All of those things, the types, hard, cold, all of those things we are going to talk about it. That's our second service that we are going to see. Azure Storage. Once Azure Storage is also completed, then we will be entering into the very important concept, that is ADF, Azure Data Factory. And then after that, after the ADF, we will be entering into the Synapse, Azure Synapse, which is a data warehousing solution. And then we will talk about Databricks, Azure Databricks. Okay, and then we will talk about projects. We will be having projects. So this is how an entire simple, yeah, I think I might have missed it here, because in the database we will be covering the PySpark, I'm just mentioning. So as here, Databricks, within the Databricks we will be learning about PySpark, so I have mentioned here. So this is how it is. So this is where Azure projects. So we will be looking at majorly two end-to-end projects. Two end-to-end projects with the hands-on. We are going to see two major end-to-end projects. You are going to really like these projects, I'm telling you. So these are basics that we will be covering, guys. First thing is that Azure. First thing we are going to learn about the SQL, Linux basics, Python, PySpark, and the big data concepts. Once that is completed, we are going to see Azure fundamentals, then Azure storage, ADF, Synapse, and Databricks. So these are the major things, guys, you will be learning about. So, and one more thing I forgot it, Azure SQL DB also. Azure SQL DB. Azure SQL DB, Azure SQL database also. So these are the things that we are going to cover as a part of this course, guys. Okay, if you guys wanted to see everything, I'm going to show you my screen. Okay, you can see here. So this is our course curriculum. You will have everything here. So now someone was asking about what are the topics that we are covering, right? You can see here, guys. So first we will be learning about SQL, where we are going to see introduction to SQL, SQL commands, and SQL classes, and SQL operators, and joins, procedures, nulls, case statements, null function, aliases, all of these things that we are going to cover, and SQL database options. And then Linux basics. So we are going to see all the basic Linux commands here. And then we are going to learn about the Python. So in Python, Python basics, data types, programming constructions, if, elif, and else statements, for loop and while loop, exceptional handling, file input output operations. Chapter 4, functions and lambda functions and classes. We will also learn about the classes. So these are the chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. Someone was asking about a Python, right? So that's the reason I'm telling you all these concepts that we will be covering. Once the Python is completed, we will learn about a basic big data concepts. What is Hadoop? What is Spark? What is the difference between them? Right? So all of those details we are going to learn about here. Then we will also learn about a PySpark. So PySpark, what is Python? What is Spark? How do we set up a PySpark environment? What are the core concepts? What is data frame? What is RDD? What is data set? What is the difference between them? What is a Spark? All of those things, a lot of things. How do we read the data from multiple data sources? How do we write the data? How do we transform the data? What are the different PySpark functions, Spark SQL? Everything we are going to learn in the PySpark. Okay, all the optimization techniques also. Then we enter into the Azure fundamentals, guys. We will talk about all the Azure fundamentals. As I told you, what is Azure cloud platform and the cloud services, deployment models, creating a Azure account, right? Create a free Azure account, and we are going to see the infrastructure details and everything. Okay, once that is also completed, you can see the Azure storage fundamentals. We are going to see Azure storage fundamentals. What is storage account? How to create storage account? What is Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2? What are the access tiers? How to create a storage account creation and lab sessions and all of those things, pricing models, lifecycle management, each and every option that we are going to see as a part of this course. Then we will be entering into this ADF, Azure Data Factory. What is Azure Data Factory architecture, core components? What is ADF, basic concepts, working with your Azure Data Factory? We will see with what is linker services, pipelines, activities, triggers, scheduling, everything we will talk about it here again, ADF. Then once the ADF is also completed, then we will enter into the Azure Synapse Analytics. We will talk about Azure Synapse, all the Azure Synapse concepts also. Then we enter into the Azure Databricks. In the Azure Databricks also we see a lot of things. Here some of the things are not mentioned here, but Azure Databricks, architecture, clusters, notebooks, and a lot of things. It is not mentioned here. Okay, a lot of things that we are going to see: asset transactions, Delta Lake features, and we will also talk about oh yeah, so sorry, here it is mentioned. I thought it is asset transactions, time travel features, schema evaluation, optimization techniques, and Unity catalog, and some of the things how we can able to do the structured streaming, auto loader, right? So all of those concepts also we are going to see as a part of the advanced Databricks. Then once that is also completed, we will be integrating the Azure Databricks with other core components like ADF and Synapse and all others. We can also integrate it. Then we will be building two end-to-end projects here. Okay. So this is all about it, guys. So this course is going to be giving you online training sessions, all the sessions and practice-based sessions only. Live recordings will be provided, job assistance, resume preparation, and everything. Okay, so this course is giving you everything, guys. So that's the reason instead of looking at all of these things here, I mentioned in a simple words here: Azure fundamentals, Azure storage account, Azure SQL DB, ADF, Azure Data Factory, Synapse Analytics, and Azure Databricks, and to end major projects. And these are the core basics. Okay, yes. Now tell me, guys, anyone have any questions on the core concepts? If anyone have any question, please raise your hand, guys.
I think ETL also required for data engineering, right?
Everything will be
What is
covered. ETL is
it?
extract, transform, and load that you will be seeing
Yes.
in the PySpark, in the
Some
Databricks, everywhere, in the
the
ADF
database
also.
and the ADF also.
Huh.
No need to learn ETL separately.
You don't need to learn ETL separately. Why do you learn it? So you are already practicing it. ETL is nothing but extract, transform, load.
Yes, yes.
There's nothing to learn about it. So you implement it. Directly we implement the pipeline.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, please.
With this one, are we going to cover GCP as well in addition to
No,
this one?
no,
Okay.
no. This
All right.
course is mainly for the Azure Data Engineering.
Okay. Azure. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Hi, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, actually, Fabric is replacing by Azure Synapse Analytics going forward, right?
Yes.
So why do we are learning Synapse at the moment?
Synapse is some of the companies still use the Synapse. Okay, some of the companies still in, not some of the companies. Most of the Azure current Azure projects who are already working on the Azure already have Synapse in place. Okay, right? So that's where we are still learning it, not majorly. But what I would do, some of the basics of the Fabric I would try to give you guys. Okay, some of the basics of the Fabric I'll try to give you. That would be an additional advantage to you guys. Yes.
All right, thanks.
Yes, yes. I will try to add it here. Fabric. Microsoft Fabric, we call it as. Yes. Some of the basics. Complementary.
For other
Any other
data
question?
in Power BI is required or not?
For data engineering, Power BI is not required. That's for the data analytics.
Okay.
Dashboarding and reporting will be done by the data analytics team. Yes. Yes, Nasim, you have any question? Yes.
Nowadays,
Yes,
some
sir.
of the companies are asking the Power BI also for data engineering.
Mhm. That's where.
Yeah.
So the companies, what happens is that they cannot differentiate what is data engineering and data analytics. Okay, some of the companies still mention data engineering, but they actually work on the data analytics. Those are actually the
Yeah.
data analytics roles. Okay, so that's the reason we don't actually look at the role. We always look at the description, job description, and we have to go proceed further based on that. Okay, that is data analytics role. Yes. Yes, Nazim, you have any question?
Yeah, yes, sir. Actually, I am asking like Azure data engineering means Azure developer is the same role or another role?
No. Developer is nothing but the one who actually develops us applications. Application development is different and data engineering is different. Azure developer is different, Azure data engineer is different.
Okay. And like you mentioned, like you will after this course, we will complete one end-to-end project. So you
Yes,
will like learn how to deploy the project also.
of course, of course. We will be deploying it with CI/CD.
Okay.
Yes, yes,
Hi, sir. How many
yes, please.
project will be there, like two or three? Like,
Two, two end-to-end major projects.
okay.
Yes,
Hello.
yes, please tell me.
Hello.
Yes, please tell me.
Yeah, sir, actually, I would like to know one thing.
Hmm.
Sir, you are offering course for Azure Data Engineering. You are also offering any course related to AWS?
Not AWS. I'm mainly for Azure and GCP expert. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, it is mandatory to learn first of all data analytics after the data engineering. It is mandatory to learn data analytics first of all.
No, no. Data engineering is the foundation. Okay. Data engineering is a foundation. Then analytics comes. Okay.
Uh, but in this day, data analytics is I think this is a very booming career in this
Data
field. Yeah.
engineering is one of the trending, not now trending. Okay. Don't think now is a data engineering trending. Data engineering is always trending from the last 10 years. It will always be trending after 10 years also because data engineering is one of the foundation career. People who work on machine learning also they actually come to the data engineering because data engineering is one of the trending and highly paid job. People think that data science, people think that ML engineer, people think that gen AI. No. Okay,
Okay.
there are okay, they are also paid, highly paid, but the thing is that the roles are very less there. But here more number of roles, more packages. So highly paid job is data engineering and more trending also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So how many, actually, I'm in ETL Informatica guy.
Mhm.
So how many experience required for this Azure data engineer?
Minimum 3 years if you put, you will get a very
Okay.
good number of calls.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Minimum 2 years, 3 years if you put, you will get a very, very good number of calls. Two also works, but three is a good number.
Okay.
Hello,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
As I have been working for software engineer for past 3 years,
Uh-huh.
so I'm thinking to switch my career to data engineering.
Mm-hmm.
So is it good to switch?
Of course, that's how most of my people actually comes from that background only. They wanted to switch into the IT, and the data engineering is the safe and easy to get into
No,
because it
actually
is
I'm
not.
working as a front-end developer for past three
Huh.
years.
Yes.
So I'm
See that.
thinking
That's
to
what
switch into.
Right, yes. So the thing is that if you wanted to switch into the data engineering, the thing is that if you know the basic knowledge on the SQL, if you are think that I can able to work on the SQL and Python, if you think that, if you are make up your brain, I'm telling you, data engineering going to be the very trending, and it will be easy for you to get into, and it is easy for you to crack the interviews also. But if you wanted to, stay in your role, you may not be trending, you may not be getting the good packages and all, but data engineering has a very good packages. And at the same time, there's a competition also. I'm not saying that there's no competition, so there's a competition, but if you learn it properly with a proper mentor, I'm telling you, it is easy for you to get into. Okay. Yes, it's a good
So,
choice. For the people who are coming from IT or non-IT. Sir, I'm a support background. I'm working on a testing background. I'm working on a mainframes background. Sir, I'm coming now altogether from the production background, mechanical. Sir, I was working in non-IT. Is it possible for me to get into the IT with the data engineering? Yes, this is a course for you guys. I'm telling you. We have done. I have, I'm a expert trainer for, you know Azure and GCP, almost 15, 800 plus on the GCP data engineer, 600 plus on the Azure data engineer. Okay, these many people have transformed their lives. More than 4,000 plus students have trained from the last 2.5 years. Last 2.5 years, more than 4,000. I'm also a corporate trainer. I teach in Accenture. I teach in the Cognizant. Recently, I teach in the Cognizant only. So I'm a corporate trainer also. I also teach in the. So whenever I get time, I take the trainings. Whenever I get time, I take my full-time job. And whenever this is a weekend batch, we are planning this as a weekend batch. So now I'm available over the weekend, so I'm planning to actually take a weekend batch as well. Yes, so you are in a safe hands. The only thing is that daily practice, whatever I'm covering today, you should practice it tomorrow, before
So
the
what is the
tomorrow's
course
class.
timing? Timing means I want to say like how many months it will take to cover all the
It
thing.
will take 45 hours. The entire course will take 45
No, no,
hours.
for us to get a job.
No, no, I did not. For practice, right? You mean to say?
Yes,
I did
yes,
not.
for practice all the to
Ah,
grab all the
practice.
thing.
For practice. See, if you are attending my session on a daily basis,
Uh,
live sessions 1 hour, 15-20 minutes practice daily. If you do it, you will by the last session, by the end of the session, right? By the end of the last session, you are ready for an interview directly. For those people who are attending the sessions on a regular basis, if they practice on a regular basis and try to complete the assignments, they are good to go for the interviews directly. They don't need to spend a more time also for attending the interviews. They can prepare the resume, they can attend the interviews directly. You will get very good calls. Azure is having a very good demand. Azure and GCP in very good demand for data engineering.
so interview will
Sir,
provide by your team, or like we have to
my,
like
my team will provide you the assistance, and they'll help
okay.
you with the resume, and they'll help you with how you have to crack your interviews, and they'll take some of the help they'll provide you some of the help also, how you can able to crack the interviews to wherever it is possible. The HR will take multiple sessions for you to crack the my management team. Yes,
Okay.
Sir, it
so
is
they'll
good
help
for
you
freshers,
build.
sir.
Azure is good for data engineering nowadays is for freshers. Yes, data engineering, many opportunities are for there for freshers also. Yes, and better to start in the Azure rather than in any other cloud. Azure is good for freshers compared to the any other
sir, can
cloud
you
platform.
share
Yes.
the
Uh-huh.
this one, this description, sir? I mean, entire course description.
The course curriculum I have pasted in the right. You can download it. One of the PDF I have uploaded here just now.
All
Right.
right. I'm sorry,
Yes. Yes.
sir.
Sir,
How do you compute?
another thing, sir.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Sir,
how
I
do
am from
you
actually.
compute about this?
Uh,
I mean, compare
Uh-huh.
about this PySpark and Databricks. Like it is a Databricks is nothing but a platform which we are using.
For
The
data
Spark.
engineering. Yes.
Okay, it is not. It will automate the things as compared to the Spark which we are using. I mean,
It's
Databricks.
like this. It's like this. You can think of like this that right. So for example, uh,
Like mm, like
you will
for live things, live data for things, we can use the
not like
Databricks.
that.
Not.
See, you can
Uh-huh.
use any tools nowadays for data engineering. You can use any tools, but a simple idea I'll tell you. Right. See, you have a one of the shop near you. You take one of your village. In your village, you may be having a supermarket. Right. Similarly, you take a major city like Hyderabad or Bangalore. You look at a supermarket. What is the difference you see? Right. The difference is that the look and the products that are available and the
Mm-hmm.
feel. Right. So the same thing. So when you are using the other other data, other services, you don't get all the features there, but Databricks is a all-in-one service. It is a one of the
Independence. I mean,
right, it
cloud
provides,
independence like AWS,
yes.
GCP. We can use
It is
anything.
cloud independent. You can use the Databricks on any cloud platform. First thing, it is a multi-cloud and all-in-one service that you can do any activity there. Data engineering activity you can take care of it. Data analytics, data warehousing, machine learning, AI, BI, anything. So that's the reason Databricks is not just for data engineers; it's for everyone. And Databricks is nowadays famous. And just now, I think I might have told you, I'm also working at Databricks. Okay, I'm also a consultant at Databricks, and even some of the things I've been a part of it. Where when it comes to the Unity catalog, I was one of the developer there when we were working on it. So last three
Sir,
to 4 years back. So
sir,
yeah,
yeah, most of the companies not using. I mean, because of the cost, they were not using the Databricks. I thought,
not like
which we
that.
are. I'm using for the. I'm working in a client. I'm a Windows support engineer.
Okay.
So I'm working in a client company. It's called Swiss Ray.
Mhm.
So they were not using the Databricks. They are using only PySpark and some other cloud platform to integrate those things, pipelines and all these
No, it
things.
depends on the company. So I've
Acha,
been
okay.
no, it depends on the companies. Okay. So if you wanted to do everything on a one single platform, Databricks. So recently I
All right.
worked for Mahindra, Swiggy. We have migrated everything from Snowflake to the Databricks and Mahindra, and I've been working for optical projects and working on banking projects. So major companies where we are working on last 8 months, I've almost migrated
Mhm.
from Snowflake and BigQuery to the Databricks. Almost 10 projects I have worked on. I led the 10 projects, right?
So we
So
should be ready for those things, and we should learn before getting
everything.
to correct.
Exactly. We should learn everything. Yes. And this is going to the course where it is going to be give you everything. Yes. Any other questions, guys? Sorry for that.
Hello, sir.
Sir,
I am
Yes,
Rajita.
please. Yes, Rajita.
I have been working as an Oracle apps DBA. It's been like 3.5 years.
Okay.
I'm just looking for like I don't want to do like the support role, and because of the night shifts I'm
Good
not
idea.
able to do this DBA.
Good.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking to switch into data engineering or big data analytics like that. But I have the knowledge in SQL, Python, and Linux. The
Okay.
other topics I'm not even like zero knowledge in the other
No
topics.
worries. No worries. No worries. See,
Okay.
if
And
you have a basic knowledge on SQL, that's more than enough for this course, guys. Rest of even you do not know the SQL also, we will teach everything. But basic knowledge in the SQL will give you very good confidence. All the
okay.
services from basic to advanced, I am going to cover. Yes.
Okay, and you said like you will be coming with it like two projects we will be
Yes.
saying that.
Yes.
So with that project, if we place in the company also, are
Yes.
we able to survive at least for 1 year or 1.5 years
Of
like with those projects, or because we will not be having the genuine experience, but we put as the
yes.
like I don't in my resume I don't put as like I have worked in Oracle apps DB. I'll
You
put as the this one
Azure
only
only.
as yeah.
Of course, that's how the people manage, and that's how the people get into. And this is how. See, these not only these two projects. Whenever I'm actually telling you any of these things, those things are going to be very useful when you are working in the company. And these two projects are going to be very useful for you to crack the interviews first. And this gives you a feel when you are actually working in the company. The flow will be the same. Okay, the
Yeah.
requirement could be different. The flow and the way that you are working and the culture of working is same. Okay, the
Okay.
services that you are going to use is same, the interface is same, everything is same, but the requirement is different. For that
Mm.
requirement, how do you have to tackle it, how, what are the challenges? And nowadays even plenty of the AI tools also came in to help, and we started using it, and the chat gpt, google gemini, right? So we can
Yeah.
make use of them to improve our productivity. Yes, those are going to be very a mix of this course plus those AI tools will actually make your job very easy nowadays. And you ask
Okay.
me, every day 9 hours of work I'm completing in 3 hours only. I'm working as a full time, right? I'm just
Yeah.
completing in 3 hours. So it is the same thing for you also. Yes, it is possible.
Okay. There will be no worries like they will, because many companies are removing
There
the
is a
like
there
employees.
is I to be honest, there is a 1 month of struggle for sure. Okay,
Okay.
whoever you are, whether you are already a data engineer for 3 years, okay, if you are
Okay.
already a Azure data engineer, but when you switch the company, there is a 15 days of struggle will be there, because maybe you are working on another project, the client was different, the domain was different, but now when you come into the new company, new project, the
Yeah.
client is different, the work is different, the
Mm.
requirements are different, the tools are different. You will
Okay.
struggle for at least 10 to 15 days, even though you are a Azure data engineer. But if you are
Okay.
altogether new, then you will struggle little bit more, like maybe 10 to 15, 15 to 20 or 30 days, around 30 days you will struggle. But after that, everything will become very easy.
Okay. Then
Yes.
like they will be giving us even KT also, right?
Of course, every project will
With
have a
that we can
KT.
manage.
Huh. See, you will have a KT sessions. If you are not able to understand the KT, also they will even tell you how we can able to work. And everywhere, wherever you go, people are there. All are humans. And if you ask them, hey, I cannot be able to work on it. This is something new requirement for me. I did not actually work on it. Can you help me with this thing? And they'll help you. But when they are actually helping you, you should understand everything. But if
Yeah.
you wanted to understand, you should understand these concepts first. Okay, if you know the basics, if you know the building blocks of a b c d, then you can able to write any sentence, right? So that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Right. Sure. Any other question, guys? Anyone?
Yeah, Shaik.
Sir,
So,
sir, actually, I completed my graduation in 2021, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It nearly four years I have completed, no, sir. Any gap?
No, if you have a gap, you have to fill it, sir. I'm not sure how you are going to fill it, but if you are able to fill your gap, I'm gonna help you with a ready-made course where you can able to crack the interviews. With the course and resume and how you have to crack the interviews, I'll tell you. You take care of the documents and you take care of all the filling how to do that for the gap. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
uh,
Yeah.
I I have
and
overall 3 years of experience, 2 years as a tester, 1 year as a Azure data engineer. In 1 year, I'm working in data migration project.
Okay.
Actually, I'm working in on the injection part. I need to learn end to end.
Of course, right? You should understand. I'm gonna in my even when I'm covering also, I'm gonna make sure that end to end will be covered, right? Error handling, validations, transformations, cleaning, each and everything is very much important. If I'm creating one pipeline in the PySpark, it should be having everything. Yes, of course, I agree.
I have good knowledge on ADF and Synapse, but I don't have knowledge on Databricks and PySpark.
Of
And
course, don't worry. By the end of the course, you will become an expert in the Databricks as well with me. Yes,
okay,
sure.
it will take how many days?
This course
What
will
about-
take 45 hours, guys. Not sure how many days because it depends on the holidays and many things will actually coming. Yes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
In
Sir, hi,
with
Ashok
that,
here. So,
Yes,
what are the
sorry, sir.
certifications he's required, sir, actually?
for Azure
So,
Data Engineering, certifications are not mandatory, but having a certification is few of the clients actually agree. If you have a certification, they say, "Hey, that's a plus point. It's not mandatory." Okay, it's a plus point. But when it comes to the Azure, you can go for professional data engineering certifications. You have a professional data engineering certification in Azure, you can do
so
that.
DP 900 and
Yes.
203 is retired. I did that actually in the last year.
Okay.
Uh, so Databricks is a advantage, right?
Databricks
Whatever.
have certifications actually very good.
अच्छा.
Databricks Associate Cloud Engineer. I am certified both. Databricks Associate Cloud Engineer and Professional Data Engineer. Again, you can go for that. Professional Data Engineer, if you do it, that's a very,
Yeah.
very, high level certificate.
Weightage.
Yeah, good
All right.
weightage. Yes. Okay. Yes, please, guys. Anyone have any other question? We have a 10 more minutes, and I do have one more session to take up. Anyone have any question? I hope you guys have enjoyed the session, and I hope you guys are able to understand whatever I am saying. See, the important thing is that if you are able to